Hello and welcome. In this video we will explain how greensmiths work and why they are so important in the Green Rabbit game. You will need an Anima armour to take part in not only the Ultra Anima racing but also all future 3D game modes, and to craft that Anima armour you are going to need a Greensmith. You can acquire one from a Greensmith pack or on the secondary market. Inside the Greensmith packs you will find two items. One Greensmith of a random rarity between common, uncommon and epic, and one Anima mod which would again be between common, uncommon and epic rarity. A brand new Greensmith is unbound to any totems, so before they start crafting they have to go through a totem binding ceremony. This assigns them an animal totem. Being bound to a totem doesn't inherently make the Greensmith better at crafting armour for that totem, but it will allow you to attach a matching Anima mod from your Greensmith pack or the secondary market. An Anima mod with a matching totem can be attached to a Greensmith of the same or lower rarity. If you have previously attached a lower rarity Anima mod to your Greensmith, you can always upgrade to one of a higher rarity. After the mod attachment is complete, the Anima mod is burnt, and your Greensmith attributes will be updated to reflect its effects. A Greensmith will more regularly produce higher quality armour components if they are working on a green print of the same totem as their Anima mod. In a similar fashion to foragers, after enough XP is gained from completing work orders, you will be able to level up your Greensmiths. Once your Greensmith has gained enough XP, you will need to use an Ascendant Orb to reach the next level. Once leveled up, a player may apply the rewarded stat points. The number of stat points can vary depending on the rarity of the Ascendant Orb used. Players may use common, uncommon and epic Ascendant Orbs for 1, 2 or 3 points respectively. If you have a common Greensmith, you can only use a common Ascendant Orb. For uncommon Greensmiths, you can use a common or an uncommon orb, and for epic Greensmiths, you can use common, uncommon or epic orbs. Each rarity of Greensmiths comes with a number of base stat points which is determined by the rarity of that Greensmith and the region they are from. Common Greensmiths start with 4 stat points, uncommon with 15 and epic with 30. There are a number of traits for you to apply your bonus stat points to at every level. Floria, Elder Tree Sap, Versatopium, Nanor, reduction of materials cost, increased materials returned on deconstruction, and increased speed. Be sure to take note of what region of Nanotopia your Greensmith is from and what material is foraged from that region. A Greensmith is required to maintain a stat advantage with their native material. Common Greensmiths must maintain a 1-point advantage, uncommon 5 points, and epic 10 points, meaning that when levelling up Paragon Plains Greensmith, the player will not be able to meet or exceed the stat points of Floria with Elder Tree Sap, Versatopium or Nanor. Floria must always have a higher number of points. Each stat point maxes out at 50 points. But how do I get XP from my Greensmith, I hear you say? Well, you are going to have to put them to work, but not by going out on missions like foragers. Greensmiths can either construct or deconstruct armour components. You will decide whether they work on crafting a new armour component or deconstruct an old or unwanted one. Before we go any further, I would like to point out that only one Greensmith can work on a green print at a time. So for example, you could not have one working on gloves and another on sleeves for the same green print. A Greensmith can also only perform one task at a time, so you cannot get them to both construct and deconstruct items at the same time. To be able to start armour component crafting, you will first need a green print, preferably one which has been boosted 10 times, a sufficient amount of shell, and other materials gathered from foraging missions. The crafting process can take between 1 and 6 hours, depending on the component and the Greensmith's speed. The type of armour component they can work on is level dependent, so you'll have to work your way through all the components as your Greensmith gains XP and levels up. At level 1, they can only construct gloves. At level 5, they can start constructing sleeves. Level 10, boots. Level 15, a helmet. Level 20, pants. And last but not least, at level 25, chest piece. To deconstruct a component, first have to have made one as part of the green print. This component can then be selected for deconstructing. This process also takes between 1 and 6 hours, depending on the component, and will return some of the materials used in its construction. Deconstruction work order costs are paid in shell. Why would we want to deconstruct a component though? Well, This is because not all armour components are created equal. Armour components come in 4 qualities: poor, good, fine, and exquisite. There is an element of luck to the quality of components produced, but you can improve your odds of constructing a higher quality one. Having a Greensmith with the same Anima mod attached as the green print they are working on improves the quality of their crafting. The odds are also better of constructing a higher quality component if your Greensmith is proficient at the material that is predominantly required to craft it. These different qualities impact the potential outcome for fusing the complete suit of armour once you've constructed all of the components. Any components that are poor quality cannot withstand the fusion process, so they must be deconstructed and reconstructed into a higher quality component. The other qualities can all be mixed and matched to fuse into an Anima armour, but the overall quality of the completed armour will be of the same as the lowest quality component used. Lower quality armours will get damaged more easily during in-game activities and will require more frequent repairs. Even though this process seems detailed, we have tried to keep this video as brief and basic as possible without leaving out any major points. If you would like to know more about any of the info you have heard today, then please check out the Greensmith section in our amazing Gitbook. The link to that is in the description box below. Or you can pop in the Green Rabbit Discord with our wonderful community and team to ask any questions you may have.